Happy warriors and great-grandchildren, taxes and vaxes and masks. Yeah, the CNA came over today. Her kid is a debt slave and she didn't realize it. He was born into slavery. Because everybody that's born into the United States of America is a slave. Indebted upon birth to the government for X amount of dollars that the government is spending. That the government spent before their birth. That was a shocker to her. I said, yeah, I don't know what it's up to now. It's probably a couple $100,000 a piece. Every person that's born, every person that is in the United States owes that money back to the Federal Reserve. Because the Federal Reserve lent it to our government. And our government is selling us into slavery even further. So the people that come across our borders are those people who aren't getting any of our money that our government is sending to their countries, because their own countries, oligarchs, are taking it first before they even give it to their people. Just like our own government only gives us a pittance. And then they ship it out to the rest of the world. Because the good old American tax slave, we are the best workers in the world. Haven't we been told that over and over again? We're the best. Yes, and everybody wants us. Everybody wants our slave labor. Everybody wants us because we're the best slaves on the planet. We're the ones who produce the most. We're the ones who, we're the ones. We get to pick up the tab for the whole freaking ass world, right? Yeah, okay. So those people come over here, those poor people from those other countries come across our border thinking they're going to get fat, dumb, and happy over here because this is the land of milk and honey. And it's not the land of milk and honey that much anymore, believe me. I mean, it just kind of looks like it is, but don't worry. Things are changing. We're all going to be the same one day. Everybody's going to be the same slave laborers. So they come over here, they make money here in the United States, and then they bypass their oligarchs by shipping that money back to their friends and family where they came from. We don't have that luxury here to go to another country, to live off of the other country, and to send that money back to the United States to our friends and family here, because most of those countries are too poor. They don't make that much money. Okay, so we make a little more than they do for now. But guess what? Our grandchildren and great-grandchildren owe it back to the Federal Reserve, because the government, our government, is borrowing it from the Federal Reserve on the promise that the American taxpayer is going to pay it back to the Federal Reserve. Well, we don't have enough money coming in to do that. We don't have enough money probably to even pay the interest payment on those debts. So, it's over with. Anyhow, that's how this whole thing has been working, I think. You just you come over to our side through the border. You get here, and then you can take whatever you want to from the American slave. Send it back to your friends and family in your country that you came from. How about that? Until eventually the American slave will be just like you. And there won't be a place to send it back to because everybody on the planet's all the same. Okay, those are the taxes thing, being born into indebtedness right from your first breath. But don't worry, Bill Gates will take care of all that. CO2 problem, he thinks, which brings me to the point. The RN came over and she's been vaxxed. There's only a couple of people that come over here that have been vaxxed. And what does she do? She lets her little mask drop below her nose. What do I tell her? Put your mask back up on your face because you're probably shedding. Oh, she knew that already. Now that she's gotten the vax, she's educating herself. And she's finding out everything I told her was what she's finding out. I told her this before she got vaxxed. I said, now that you're finding out all of this stuff, now you can go back and tell your family and friends all about it. So maybe you can help save them. I really am kind of point blank with these people. Yeah, because, you know, the situation that she put herself in, I totally tell her to her face. Because I told her beforehand and she didn't listen to me. Now she's going to get to live with what her decision was. But before she dies, she needs to tell all her friends and family what not to do. And get more life. Because this is where we're going to be able to talk about this stuff without using telepathic communication skills, which I hope everybody's trying to learn. Because you never know. You know, I wonder how those wiggers do it. You know, they communicate with each other somehow, but they can't look at each other. I mean, they can't even barely make one little move without somebody noticing it. So they must be using telepathic communication somehow. And they might be blinking their eyes. You know, Morse code. Get more life anyway. And the masks, the vax, the masks, and the taxes. Taxes, vaxes, masks. Taxes, vaxes, masses. Get more life. Yeah, get more life. Right. If you haven't done that yet, you need to do it, because that's the place that we're going to be able to talk without having telepathic communication. I think you should still have a backup plan. You still should have telepathic communication as a backup plan, just in case. You never know what could happen about your situation. Now, me, I won't be here. It's not my bone. It belongs to Lunchy. Or Bingo. They always fight over it. Which one's... Oh, no, they have plenty of bones. They just have to have the bone that the other guy's chewing on. Vaxes and masks and taxes. Taxes and vaxes and masses. Yeah. If you've been vaxxed, wear a mask. You're probably shedding. And I told her, I said, it's even going to get worse because that stuff is replicating. That mRNA is a replicator. It's a replicator! Oh my God, it's a replicator. Get more life. Don't get taken over by the replicators. Don't get taken over by the replicators. Holy moly. Have a great day, y'all. Much love.